Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to part 2 of this little full bolt-on G37 little mini series. So right now I have everything disassembled over here, and I brought it to my boy's shop, Jay's Family Auto Repair. Really chill dude, check him out, he does good shit. But I just came over here because I needed his torque wrench because the one I have at home doesn't really work. You can't really hear it well. So I'm just going to borrow his digital torque wrench. That's why I'm here. But everything else I'm going to be doing with my own stuff, with my own expertise, everything. So what I did was I already uncovered all the rags from here. So now I'm just going to get these new gaskets onto there. I already cleaned everything off as well. So I'm going to put the new gaskets onto there and get everything mocked up the way it should be. So I'll be right back. Once you have the gaskets in place, lower intake manifold, and the bolts in place, hand tightened, what you're going to do is you're going to start the torque procedure. It's going to first start with 5 foot-pounds, ending in 19 foot-pounds. The directions are the same. You're going to start on the outside 4, top and bottom 2. You're going to start with the bottom right, top left, top right, bottom left. Then you're going to move to the inside 4, and you're going to do it top right, bottom left, and end with bottom right. Alright, so now that they're all in the right way they should be, 5 foot-pounds around, then 19. Now I'm going to put the studs back on the back and the front over here. These have to be torqued down to 8 foot-pounds of torque. Alright, so after this, we got to put the fuel rail back on. So I already changed out the injectors to the new ones. So these are the AdminTuning 650cc ones. Basically, you just gotta take this little metal piece off of this and then unclip the harness, and then you gotta like wiggle it out. So I had to do that for all 6. So I'm just gonna put it nice and neatly back in. And also, don't forget when you're putting it back in, don't forget to connect this electrical connector over here. It might be a little tricky because it's a little hard to maneuver, but you should be okay. You should be fine. There's the 4 bolts we gotta put back. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do that. Now, once you finish that, you can reconnect this fuel line into the rail. Alright, so now that all the fuel stuff are back on, I'm going to go ahead and slide the upper plenum on. And Z1 gives you, instead of the normal 12 millimeters that came out, they give you 13 millimeters just to have a little bit extra leverage. So let me do that. What I'm going to do next is reconnect these 5 hoses that go onto the plenum. 2 in the throttle body, 2 in the front here, 1 in the back. So I'm going to do that quick. Alright, now that all the hoses are secured, what I'm going to do is put the 4 10 mils that are in the back of the car back on. When you finish up doing that, just make sure you don't forget to plug these 2 connectors back in. Make sure you hear the click, another click, and that's everything on here done. Next, we're going to put the throttle bodies back on. So to put the throttle bodies back on, we are going to need a size 5 hex bit. And when you put it on, you're going to do it in a diagonal pattern. So it doesn't matter which one you start with, as long as the next one, you're going to do it diagonally across from the previous one. And then just finish up the last 2, whichever order you want. Alright, now that the throttle bodies are back on, I can now start putting the intake back on. So I already got myself started, and I already put, the filters behind the bumper, and I got these tubes up here. on both sides. So now all I just need to do is reattach this silicone over the throttle body, then just slide the metal pipes in between both silicones, and then plug the MAP sensors back into, MAP sensor harness back into the MAP sensor. So let me just do that quickly. All right, first start, let's see how it wants to run. Oh yeah, now it sounds good.
Bluetooth connection success.
Look at that, it sounds beautiful. No check engines, nothing to worry about. Fuel pump is working as it should. Settling down, idling nice. There we go. Let me just let the engine warm up a little bit. I'm just gonna give a couple revs, see how it sounds. So, ooh. Wow, okay. That sounds good. I want to see if I can hear the intakes. Alright, so now that it's working, everything sounds fine. I'm gonna go take it out for a drive and see how it feels. Alright, it sounds really nice. That's like barely getting on it. And it sounds that good.
Right onto Glen Court.
So I'll just give it a little pull over here. Okay, nice. That feels good. That feels really solid, actually. So I'm really happy with that, but it's obviously still got to get finalized. So I sent my data to log to Z1. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them about that, and it'll probably be sometime next week. But again, I'll just make a whole new video when I finalize, like finish everything up, like for good. So yeah, let me just what are you doing? What? I hate Newark drivers. But yeah, let me get home, and I'm gonna give my outro as soon as I get home, because I don't want to do it while I'm driving. So I'll be right back. Alright, sorry to interrupt this video at the end right now. So I just finished up getting home, and I found out that I was talking to Z1 Motorsports for the tuning, and they told me that my knock sensors might be messed up. So, and that's preventing like from me finishing getting tuned. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to end this video here. And my next video that I'm going to make is going to be a how-to on how to replace the knock sensors and sub-harness in the engine bay. So once I do that, I'll then, like, I don't know, say like how it feels to me, whatever, and if it actually did anything helpful for me. So with that being said, I'm going to end the video here. If you guys can like and subscribe, that would be awesome, and I will see you guys in the next video.